Right now, a major blow to Russia's military, the impact as nuclear concerns surround the war in Ukraine. And a Facebook data hack, what to do if your information has been stolen.
And this dry and warm stretch of weather will last for a couple more days, but we're tracking a weather system that will bring a chance of rain by midweek.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us on Weekend Mornings on this beautiful Sunday morning. Before we get to our top stories, let's take a look outside with meteorologist Greg Barnhart. Greg, you're tracking some more rain chances coming up in the week, but right now, warmer temps on the way.
Yeah, for the next several days, it'll be warm. 70s are going to return here, too. And if you stepped outside this morning, consider we were 48 right now. Yesterday, about 37. So it is much warmer for a lot of the areas. A few degrees to almost 10 to 15 degrees that we had. So idea here for the temperature trend, we were 37 yesterday at Madison. We're up to 48. A similar trend was La Crosse. They were like 35 yesterday. They're 41. So almost all the areas have seen it. So we do have a cold front that's going to drip south here today. And ahead of it, that kept the southwest winds that helped keep our temperatures up yesterday and to last night. That'll be drifting south, which is cloud cover will be the main thing to look like that. So overall, 48 degrees, southwest wind at 5. We're going to see the winds turn around eventually. Temperatures should climb up basically up to about upper 50s by 11 a.m. We're going to hit low 60s, maybe mid 60s in Madison with a wind shift here too. La Crosse too, 41 degrees, southwest winds also at 8 miles per hour. They'll see a similar trend with cloud cover with that front kind of sliding south. We'll get up into the low to mid 60s once again too. Overall, I see temperature wise, we're close to where we should be for this time of year, which is low to mid 60s. There will be more cloud cover, but we're going to see some 70s come here soon, Shane, and I'll fill you in on that in a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. A bridge linking the Crimean Peninsula to Russia was damaged by an explosion yesterday, a blow to Vladimir Putin that was both symbolic and practical. The bridge is an important supply route for the Russian military, and the explosion comes as concerns grow about Russia's nuclear threats. CBS's Bradley Blackburn has the latest.
The damage could be seen for miles, smoke rising over the only link between mainland Russia and the Crimean Peninsula, which Vladimir Putin annexed by force from Ukraine in 2014. The explosion happened just after 6 a.m. Saturday. Russian investigators say a truck bomb exploded while crossing the Kerch Bridge. It collapsed one side of the roadway and caused several rail cars filled with fuel to catch fire. They say 3 people were killed. Russian officials vowed to rebuild, and Vladimir Putin ordered tightened security around the span. An investigative committee said the truck that exploded was registered to a resident in southern Russia. Ukraine isn't claiming responsibility, but in an address Saturday, President Vladimir Zelensky made a veiled reference to the explosion, saying it was cloudy in Crimea. The $3.6 billion bridge was opened by Vladimir Putin himself in 2018 when he drove a truck along the 12-mile span. The explosion came one day after Putin's 70th birthday, and as Russian troops continue to face setbacks on the battlefield. President Biden has expressed concerns Putin could turn to nuclear weapons. At a fundraiser Thursday, the president said, "We have not faced the prospect of Armageddon since Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis." Those fears echoed by President Zelensky in an interview with the BBC.
I agree it is an Armageddon. It is the risk for the whole planet.
Some Russian officials are calling the explosion a terror attack and asking Putin to declare a counterterrorism operation that could escalate the war even further. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
Some traffic on the Kerch Bridge has resumed since the explosion, with cars traveling in batches on the one side that was not damaged. Thousands of people gathered in Washington, D.C. and in cities across the country Saturday to rally for reproductive rights. The march was part of a Women's Wave Day of Action organized by the Women's March and other organizations. With the midterm elections just a few weeks away, the participants say this rally emphasizes the importance of voting for candidates who support abortion rights.
Women's rights, it's about their body, so they should have the choice to do what they want with their bodies. And I don't like how lots of men have so much say in that decision when they can't get pregnant.
Nearly 400 marches took place in all 50 states. Meanwhile, an Arizona appeals court has temporarily blocked the state's ban on nearly all abortions. Friday's ruling allows healthcare providers to perform abortions on women up to 15 weeks into their pregnancy. Planned Parenthood filed an appeal to stop the enforcement of a 1901 law, but a 3-judge panel has granted an emergency stay until the case is fully resolved. Planned Parenthood, Arizona's largest abortion provider, says it will take time to ramp up reproductive health services again. This comes after women seeking the procedure were forced to look out of state for 100 days once the restrictive abortion law took effect after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade at the federal level. To consumer news this morning, you might be seeing higher prices at the post office soon. That's because the Postal Service reportedly wants to raise prices to offset inflation. The agency is looking to slightly increase the cost of stamps and postage, though it would only be by a few cents, alongside price hikes for box rentals, money orders, and insurance. The governors of the U.S. Postal Service has already approved these increases, so now the Postal Regulatory Commission just has to review the proposal. If approved, the changes will take effect in January. Facebook's owner Meta is warning that as many as 1 million users may have had their login information stolen. Meta's researchers have discovered more than 400 malicious Android and Apple apps designed to steal personal Facebook logins. A Meta spokesperson says the company is reaching out to the users who may be at risk. The malicious apps are disguised as games, photo editors, health and lifestyle services. Often, app users are asked to log in with Facebook, which enables hackers to steal logins and passwords. A Google spokesperson says the apps that have been identified as part of the scam are being removed from Google Play. Rivian, the California-based electric vehicle company, is recalling nearly every single vehicle it has built. According to paperwork filed with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, that involves more than 12,000 vehicles. The fix requires tightening a loose fastener in the vehicle's front suspension. The recall involves all Rivian pickup trucks, vans, and SUVs. Customers who notice any unusual noises or vibration from the front of their vehicles are advised to contact their Rivian dealer immediately. There have not been any reported injuries because of the defect, and there will be no cost to customers for that repair. And ExxonMobil has been ordered to reinstate 2 scientists who were fired for illegally leaking information to the media. A federal whistleblower investigation found the energy giant terminated the 2 scientists illegally in late 2020. The 2 unidentified employees were allegedly suspected of providing company data to the Wall Street Journal. In an article published last year, the Journal reported that ExxonMobil might have inflated the value of its oil and gas wells in Texas. The oil and gas giant was ordered to pay $800,000 in back wages, interest, and compensatory damages to those 2 employees. Still ahead this morning, preparing for the flu. Everything you need to know to stay safe this season. You're taking a live look outside over the Capitol. Greg has the full forecast, including some warmer temps on the way when we get back.
It's our biggest sale of the year.
And you can save big
on quality home furnishings throughout the showroom.
Join us for our anniversary sale.
And help us celebrate.
Over 25 years at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Something to remember if you don't think fire sprinklers are necessary. Almost everything will dry out, but nothing will unburn. Whether you live in a house or a high-rise, protect it with fire sprinklers. Fire sprinklers buy time, time buys life.
Aren't you tired of being tired? Shop Denver Mattress today and get all the Z's you need. And during the biggest sale of the season, everything is on sale, like the Summit Firm, easy on the wallet for only $332.49. Get an unbeatable deal on the Buena Vista Firm, now just $474.99. Or purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift, plus 4 years no interest and no down payment. Say goodbye to tossing and turning and hello to a better night's sleep, only at Denver Mattress.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm excited to announce the original My Slippers are back in all sizes and styles. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen now. Use your promo code, and you'll get your very own My Slippers for only $49.98. That's $90 off and the biggest savings ever. What makes My Slippers different is my exclusive 4-layer design that you won't find in any other slippers. My Slippers' patented layers make them ultra comfortable, extremely durable, and they help reduce stress on your feet. Not only that, my slippers make the best gifts ever. Get them for your friends, your family, your neighbors, everyone you know. And now you can get them for the lowest prices ever, only $49.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen now. Use that promo code to get your very own My Slippers for only $49.98. That's $90 off and the biggest savings ever. Please order now.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, get 2.49% APR for 48 months on a new Toyota Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Highlander, or Tacoma. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
It's our biggest sale of the year.
And you can save big
on quality home furnishings throughout the showroom.
Join us for our anniversary sale.
And help us celebrate.
Over 25 years at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Yeah, we see the fall colors out there right now. We still got a nice day to actually go out and see it. There'll be less wind today, but overall we're peaking in northern Wisconsin, and many of the areas further south are just getting closer to peaking. So this thing's going to be changing probably day by day as we get closer to peak for all areas. We did mention how dry it was, and we are going to get some rain, which is actually good news for a lot of the western areas, west of La Crosse up to Minneapolis. Many of these areas had some of the driest Septembers in the top 10 in records, so we could use the rain right now, and we're going to have a good opportunity to come here midweek to see that. Overall, today we're going to see a cold front kind of slide south. By this evening, it's going to be south of the area. We could see a few clouds, maybe a sprinkle, and then the winds will change from a southwest to a north. But overall, temperature-wise, will actually be a little bit warmer today. Then tomorrow, we're going to start seeing the winds turn around, especially out to the west of Minnesota and Iowa, as that system, the next one that we're tracking, will get closer, and you start to see the winds pick up, and that means the warmer temperatures are going to come with it. Moisture really doesn't increase until we get to around Tuesday. You'll see this moisture start coming up from the south. That's one, and then the main front's further back to the west yet. So overall, there's a cloud cover coming through today. So we'll get up to the mid-60s, low 60s, mid-60s, cloud cover, and then that slight wind shift. It does look like a few sprinkles could be in there, but most areas will stay dry. But overall, less wind today than we had yesterday. Tonight, it'll probably get colder because we do have northerly winds going on, so we'll probably get back down into the upper 30s, more 30s than 40s that we had last night, but still not too terribly bad. And then tomorrow, as you see, as you wake up and get towards noontime Monday, we're already starting to see the southerly winds start to pull back up to the west. So that means temperatures are going to get climbing up to the 70s for many of the areas out west by Monday, and then upper 60s. So there's the pattern thing. There's going to be another bunch of cold air that is going to be digging south as we get past midweek after that rain chance, and that looks to really entrench itself over the end of the work week into next weekend. So we are going to go back to cold temperatures, but we are going to get that warm temperatures coming by. Here's the rain chance. There's a one front that comes through. Then we get kind of wraparound moisture. So we do have an opportunity to get some rain Tuesday night through Wednesday. It may linger into Thursday, but right now it looks like Tuesday night through Wednesday is the best shot to get the rain. So you look at La Crosse, we could get up to the mid-70s, much above average. The winds will pick up ahead of this system, so it'll be quite windy Tuesday. Rain chances Wednesday, we drop back off. And then we actually get another shot of colder air towards the end next weekend with breezy conditions too. Same story for Madison, a little bit lower, 71. Rain chances through Wednesday, maybe lingering to Thursday. We drop back in the 50s. And then we have another system that may come to the end of next week, and that means even colder temps too.
All right, Greg. Well, we got some rain to keep an eye on, but other than that, things are looking pretty good.
Very good for the first few days of the week.
All right, Greg. Thank you very much. Well, in this morning's health conversation, I sat down with Dr. Rupert Shaw of SSM Health to talk about the arrival of flu season and how you can protect yourself and your family. Well, flu season is right around the corner, so SSM Health family medicine physician and wellness coach Dr. Shaw is here with what we should know. So starting off, what is the flu season outlook for this year?
So it's always so variable and hard to predict. And the last year, you know, with the pandemic and a lot of social distancing, we didn't see quite, you know, as much flu. Right. So we're not sure what we might see this year. So we really want to be prepared in case it is, you know, worse than what we anticipated.
Kind of now that people are getting back into their normal routines, maybe, you know, bigger groups gathering once again. So got to keep an eye on that. When do you recommend people get their flu shots?
right now.
Right now, you heard it.
Yeah, we are doing them right now, and now is the best time. You typically roll out the flu vaccine in September and October because it gives your body time to build up the immunity it needs when we start seeing higher flu activity in Dane County. So this is the best time to get your flu shots.
Okay, well, get out there and do it. Now, this is something a lot of people have been talking about. Can you get your flu vaccine and COVID vaccine at the same time?
Yes, you can, actually.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah, exactly. So if you don't have a lot of time and you just want to get them, the CDC has said that it is completely fine to get both at the same time. If, however, you're going to separate them, you may want to separate them by at least 2 to 4 weeks, just to give your body some time in between with your immune system.
Got it. Now, how else can people stay healthy this flu season outside of the vaccine?
Yeah, so now we've all learned that masking and social distancing, good hand hygiene, these techniques are all going to be fantastic to help us with the flu season as well, especially if you're going to be enclosed spaces and stuff. If you feel more comfortable wearing a mask, I think that would be another great way to help prevent the spread of the flu.
All right, a lot of good information there. Thank you, Dr. Shaw. Now, where else can people find you?
So they can find me on Instagram at Wellness with Dr. Shaw.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
As always, we say thank you to Dr. Shaw for her insights. Coming up this morning, fire safety for you and your family. Important tips to keep in mind.
This portion of News 3 Now sponsored by RG Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's Shocktober at Ho Chunk Gaming. On October 28th, participate in our costume contest for a chance to win your share of over 15 grand in cash prizes. It's Shocktober at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes, I like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Ron Johnson caught lying. Independent fact checks call his attacks on Mandela Barnes false and misleading. But it's Johnson's views that are alarming. Johnson supported a ban on abortions. He co-sponsored a bill that makes no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the woman. And Johnson said if women don't like it, they can move. The truth is, it's Ron Johnson who doesn't belong in Wisconsin.
It's Shocktober at Ho Chunk Gaming. On October 28th, participate in our costume contest for a chance to win your share of over 15 grand in cash prizes. It's Shocktober at Ho Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Making a plan to keep our family safe from fire is something we don't want to think about, but we should, especially during National Fire Safety Month. Experts at Consumer Reports share some life-saving tips that can help keep you and your home safe from flames.
These sounds are proven to save lives and reduce injuries from smoke and fire. Consumer Reports' Paul Hope says it starts with a safety audit at home, starting in the kitchen.
Cooking remains the leading cause of home fire and injuries, and it can be as easy as walking away from the stove and forgetting.
To prevent a kitchen blaze, remember this simple rule. stand by your pan. If your cookware does catch fire, move it off the stove if you can and cover it with a lid. For oven fires, keep the oven door closed. Turn it off and be sure to have a fire extinguisher nearby in case the fire gets out of hand. And part of your fire safety plan should include an extinguisher on every level of your home. Winter weather outside can present fire hazards inside. Think candles, fireplaces with unclean chimneys, and space heaters.
The vast majority of home heating deaths last year were the result of portable or stationary space heaters. We recommend looking for a model that turns off automatically if it gets too hot and which has a tip-over switch.
And finally, don't forget about potential fires outside of your home.
Many parts of the country are experiencing hotter and drier weather due to climate change, leaving homes susceptible to the risks of wildfires.
The risk goes beyond wildfires. Backyard campfires and fire pits also pose risks, especially in drier weather. Before building a fire, check to make sure there are no local burn bans, and always have an extinguisher and a garden hose at the ready. This is Teresa Panetta.
Experts say if you are in an area that's at risk for wildfires, make sure that the 5-foot area around your home is free and clear of mulch and other combustible materials. Some good information there. Still ahead this morning, concerns for Wisconsin voters as we approach the midterm election.
It's buy this, get that free at Hy-Vee this Friday through Sunday. Buy one, get one free on Jimmy Dean Bacon. Buy one, get one free on Doritos. And buy one, get one free on a 24-pack of Hy-Vee water. This Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original windows. Boom.
No need to be afraid of old windows. Call Feldco for 50% off.
It's the biggest sale of the season. 50% off Feldco windows, plus no money down and no interest until 2024.
50% off windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Reducing prison populations is now sexy. Reducing prison populations is now sexy.
Sexy? Mandela Barnes's administration has released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists. That's not sexy. It's terrifying. And as a mother, I don't want Mandela Barnes anywhere near the Senate. From defunding our police to releasing predators, Mandela Barnes is a threat to Wisconsin families.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
He has his grandfather's smile,
her mother's eyes,
my cheekbones.
But will she have my diabetes?
My sickle cell anemia.
His father's heart disease?
Go to joinallofus.org to share your health information and speed up health research breakthroughs. The future of health begins with you.
With Choice Hotels, there's always a reason to book it. Whatever your reason, save 20% when you stay 2 or more nights at participating locations. Book direct at choicehotels.com. Terms and conditions apply.
With an Invisalign smile, everything clicks. And that class reunion becomes...
Is that Anna?
Invis is the #1 doctor-recommended clear aligner and more predictable results. Invisalign.
It's buy this, get that free at Hy-Vee this Friday through Sunday. Buy one, get one free on Hy-Vee cottage cheese. Buy 3, get 2 free on Coke products. And buy 1 pound of Hy-Vee deli meat, get a ½ pound of cheese free. This Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
You don't see your body in the same way after you go on the dance floor.
Spinning new possibilities on the dance floor. Charlotte Deleste shows you how a woman with mobility challenges is making her mark and helping others like her to experience ballroom bliss. Monday at 10.
News 3 Now is taking action, reaching out to our community to lend a helping hand.
Taking action by teaming with our neighbors and local leaders to help make this amazing community we share a better place to live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
Right now, fighting for votes. With less than a month until the election, candidates are still looking for support. And celebrating the history of Wisconsin, how one park carries generations of meaning.
And it's warmer outside as you wake up and get ready for the Packer game. I'll let you know how warm it'll get today and when those 70s will return.
Good morning and thanks for joining us on Weekend Mornings. It's a fine Sunday as we get started. Greg's right. We're about an hour away from kickoff. The Packers are out in London. But before we get to all that, let's take a look outside this morning. Greg, what do we have in store?
Well, it actually is warmer, about 10 to 15 degrees warmer. Not as warm as in London. I think right now it's 63 degrees, but they're in the afternoon hours. But we're about 10 to 15 degrees above what we were yesterday, so it is quite feeling nice, especially in many areas that we had yesterday. So current temperatures right now in the 40s for most locations, almost getting close to 50 in Madison. We haven't cooled down much. Overall, you get to west of La Crosse, too, we're sitting around 40 degrees, too. So overall, not a bad Sunday morning to wake up to. We do have a cold front that is going to dig south. That's going to provide some cloud cover, but overall, it's not going to be much of a factor for today's weather other than maybe providing clouds and a wind shift. So overall, 48 degrees right now, southwest wind 5 at Madison. We're going to see those temperatures and clouds actually increase to this afternoon, getting up to about 62 by 1 p.m. The same story goes for La Crosse, too, an increase in clouds. They're 41 degrees right now, south winds at 8. They're also going to see temperatures climb up with some clouds with that front that is going to push through, but still getting up into the low 60s, and winds are going to be less today, just that wind shift from south to north once it passes through this evening. So there's your current temperatures. This is pretty close to average for most of the time for this time of October, but we are going to warm up even more, and I'll break that down here a bit later in the broadcast and the next rain chances that are coming up.
All right, Greg, thank you very much. We'll check back in just a bit. We start with developing news this morning out of Fitchburg. Multiple homes in the Swan Creek neighborhood were struck by gunfire Saturday evening. The first report of a bullet striking a home was received around 5:10 last night. Police received 2 additional reports of gunshots later in the evening as well. No injuries reported, and the incident remains under investigation. No one of interest was located during the search. We are now less than 1 month until the midterm election, and candidates are still pushing to gain your vote. Democratic candidate Mandela Barnes held a rally in Middleton focusing on reproductive health, one of the major issues this election cycle. During the rally, many voters expressed their concerns with the 1849 abortion law and their motivating factors to elect someone they feel is right for Wisconsin.
We know we got a task ahead of us, but when our rights are under attack, what do? When our rights are under attack, what do? That's exactly what we're going to do this November.
The rally featured other guests such as Governor Tony Evers, as well as the president of the Planned Parenthood Action Fund. The Senate race will likely be a close one this November. Republican incumbent Ron Johnson and Barnes are neck and neck in the polls right now. Johnson has been attacking Barnes on crime, while Barnes is going after Johnson's abortion views. But for voters, those aren't their top issues necessarily. Omar Jimenez has more.
There is a lot on the line.
At an abortion rights roundtable this week, Wisconsin Democratic Senate candidate Mandela Barnes says abortion and the economy are connected.
How do you approach the relationship of those 2 major issues?
Well, it's not even about balancing. I mean, the issue of inflation is one that's impacting people every day, everywhere, whether a person decides to start a family or not.
Its effects are also felt in places like Dino's in Portage, Wisconsin. They say they're not too concerned with politics, but know firsthand how economic issues can make a bad situation worse.
We've been closed almost for 5 months, over 5.
Brothers Dino and Nick had to shut down their restaurant in April because of an electrical problem, but then couldn't get the parts they needed because of supply chain issues. So what they thought would last a few weeks turned into months.
The first time we were told, maybe, about 6 weeks to, at the longest. Every time when the time comes in, well, the parts are not here. They're pushed back another 2 weeks or another month, and pretty much we've just been waiting.
Meanwhile, prices have gone up.
So you're not reopening into the same environment that you were in when you closed?
No. I mean, you look at the prices, delivery comes in, you're short 5 or 6 items. It hurts. We thought the pandemic was a bad time, but for us, this was like trouble.
But it's not just them.
And he took a big sigh, but he said, guess what? It's happening.
Steve Sobiak is Director of Business Development in Portage and says this project was supposed to start in February, but couldn't get going until June or July.
Supply chain issues really have caused the biggest problem, along with the cost of supplies.
It's also hard to find workers.
That's what keeps me up at night. If I put a new facility here and they can't find employees, they're not going to be able to stay open.
Portage sits in Columbia County. Trump carried it in 2020 by just about 500 votes. In the hotly contested race for U.S. Senate this year, the economy might just be the ticket. Senator Ron Johnson tweeting, Wisconsin average gas prices once again have risen above $4, blaming Democratic spending. Barnes says those like Johnson who could do something about it aren't and won't.
We should be in the driver's seat once again, but not until we have elected officials who are going to put people here in this state first.
Meanwhile, the stakes are livelihoods.
Do you know, is it sad walking through there and not seeing people?
Yes, late at night I come around just because that's, I don't know, that's me, you know. No lights, nothing, it's just like,
Johnson and Barnes had their first televised debate on Friday night. In Jefferson County, state DNR officials and local groups came together Saturday to celebrate 75 years of Aztalan State Park. The celebration included speakers, tours, and free park admission so everyone could join in on learning more about the National Historic Landmark. Our Catherine Merck was there and shares why caretakers say this land is more than just a scenic park.
Today not only celebrated 75 years of this state park, but also acknowledged 1,000 years of state history.
The state park preserves Wisconsin's first town, which was built over 1,000 years ago by Native people.
Aztalan State Park has been a National Historic Landmark since 1964. Robert Birmingham is the volunteer executive director of the park that shows parts of an ancient Middle Mississippian village. It dates back between AD 1000 and 1300.
People that lived here were not originally from this area, but rather came up from southern Illinois, from America's first city, which we call Cahokia.
Those who settled Aztalan built large, flat-topped mounds and a stockade around their village. Portions of the stockade and 2 mounds have been reconstructed in the park to reflect the history. But there's a lot we still don't know about what happened here.
And the reasons for the demise of that particular culture are questions that have not completely answered.
Today's caretakers of the park, like Birmingham, say it's a place to respect, explore, and celebrate the history and mystery of one of Wisconsin's first communities.
This is an essential part of the history of the state of Wisconsin.
Reporting in Jefferson County, I'm Catherine Merck with News 3 Now.
If you're interested in seeing the park, it's open most days of the year, and on Sundays, guided historical tours are offered as well. In Madison, a new season of free bikes for kids has begun, with organizers out and about this weekend collecting bicycles to fix up over the winter before being distributed throughout our community. The bikes collected will now undergo the refurbishing process, with local mechanics and volunteers working hard to finish the bikes by spring, when the bicycles will be donated to local kids in need.
If we collected, it takes us about 2,300 bicycles collected to give away 2,000 bikes, because we have some that just can't be saved. So that's what we're looking for. And
if you have an old bike and would like to help this effort, the final donation day will be next month on November 19th. You can deliver the bikes to several drop-off locations around Madison, as well as the 2 Men and a Truck office in Milwaukee. A great time for a great cause. The Down Syndrome Awareness Walk was held Saturday in Myrick Park in La Crosse. Participants of all ages got the chance to walk together and try plenty of fun activities, including a red carpet showcase. It was the 20th anniversary this year, and participation has only grown over time. Volunteer Morgan Brzanek says having this visibility matters.
Loved ones with Down syndrome play such an important part of our community, and so getting just advocacy and awareness out allows our members to feel more loved in the community, in their schools, and in that after-school life.
Over 150 people took part this year, and all that fun raised funds for the local Down Syndrome Association of Wisconsin. They passed their fundraising goal of $20,000. A lot of great work there. Well, coming up next this morning, walking for a good cause, how one local community is promoting health and wellness.
Hey, good. Look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with a travel peace of mind package. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I want to give each and every one of you one last chance to get your very own MyPillow Percale bed sheets. Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code, and you'll get the lowest prices ever. For example, you get my best-selling queen size, regular $89.98, now only $39.98. Percale is a type of weave that gives you that cool, crisp feel. These bed sheets are available in a variety of colors. They're durable, and they come with deep pockets that fit over any mattress. They're absolutely amazing. So go to mypillow.com or call that number on your screen now. Use your promo code to get my king size, split kings, or California kings for only $49.98. Queen size and RV queens, only $39.98. Full size for $34.98, or twin and twin XL for only $29.98. We have limited quantities, and once they're gone, they're gone. So order now.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes.
Certainly.
You know we got some brand new woohoo!
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow.
I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
Hey, are we gonna fit? There we go.
At American Family Insurance, we're here to carefully protect your dreams.
All right, open your eyes.
Welcome home. Save up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto insurance today. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com.
Yeah, temperatures starting off fairly mild in the upper 30s to 40s, so we'll be climbing up there with a little bit of wind. We have a cold front kind of coming through, but other than cloud cover, shouldn't do much else. Temperatures today getting into the low to mid 60s overall. That's about where we should be for this time of year. Like I said, the winds will be less than what we saw yesterday. For Madison temperatures, you can see we're going to climb all the way up to about 2 to 4 p.m. We'll be in the 60s and then fall back down to about 53 by 7 p.m. Same story for La Crosse, too. We'll climb up into the low to mid 60s, too, and then fall back out. Once again, few clouds, but overall less wind and a wind shift to the north. So definitely go out there and enjoy the fall colors because it's going to be a great day. But, of course, watch the Packer game first, and then after you can do that.
That's right, Greg. Yeah, the Packers, what do we got? 7:39, just under an hour before the Pack kickoff out in London. Well, athletes showed up bright and early Saturday morning at the Onalaska Fire Department for the 11th annual Firehouse 5K. That run-walk event was put on by Onalaska Firefighters Association and the Children's Miracle Network. Organizers say they hope this event helps to promote health and wellness in the community.
By people coming out and doing stuff like this, you know, it can kind of create something that they enjoy, to get outside and run or walk and create a habit of wellness.
This event has another benefit as well. It served as a fundraiser for the Children's Miracle Network. A new business in Onalaska is now open. Maury's, which used to be in La Crosse, opened its doors at a new location on Theater Road. The spot offers more space for customers and employees, and more room for vehicles. There are plenty of car dealership options in Onalaska, and General Manager Ryan Risty says that's a bonus for customers and sellers too.
A lot of them have come through the dealership and given us some nice gifts and welcomed us to the neighborhood. And it's, you know, we all rise each other up with the location.
Anyone in the community who checked out the new space got a nice bonus. Maurice offered food trucks, a polka band, and a raffle. Plenty of seasonal fun was had over in Onalaska Saturday with the second annual Pumpkin and a Pint event. For just $10, families got a pumpkin to paint and a pint of beer or root beer to drink and a chance to have a great time. People of all ages got the chance to paint their pumpkins and listen to some music. Onalaska Art Keepers Director Joyce Dively says art plays a vital role in communities.
If you ever read anything about art in communities, it really can make a difference where people take ownership in their community because it's a beautiful art community.
Artists of all ages created their own special projects, but the event was even bigger than that. As a fundraiser for Onalaska Art Keepers, all the money raised is going to different kinds of projects upcoming in Onalaska. Well, still ahead this morning, the Badgers begin a new era with a commanding performance, what this means for the program moving forward. And you're taking a live look at the Capitol. Greg is tracking some upcoming rain chances when we get back.
This portion of News 3 Now is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Warrens, Wisconsin.
Did you know Tim Michaels said people shouldn't be openly gay in public?
But I think when you bring it out of your house and onto the public street, that's where I differ.
Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
Follow the fall colors to the Oakwood Fruit Farm just east of Richland Center. Fresh apple cider, homemade caramel apples, and our legendary apple cider donuts are delicious treats your whole family will love. Fill up on pumpkins, cheese, and of course, fresh apples. Over 20 varieties to choose from. Our family has kept this tradition going every fall since 1904 and want your family to be a part of it too. Come to the Oakwood Fruit Farm just east of scenic Richland Center. Visit oakwoodfruitfarm.com.
If you overdraw your account, Wells Fargo gives you an extra day grace period to avoid the overdraft fee. What if everything came with a grace period? Like accidentally parking where you shouldn't.
Hey, what about this one? Nah, that one gets an extra day. Somebody got lucky.
Like having an extra day grace period? When it comes to overdrafts, you can with Wells Fargo.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1, what's your why? More epic energy, better sleep, blow off steam? Step 2, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and get moving. Go cardio crazy in our clean and spacious clubs. Jam out on the strength machines and get down with some dumbbells. Step 3, bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, October 14th.
Dear 2029, we look forward to seeing you. After our 160-point quality assurance inspections, we'll be Toyota certified used vehicles with 7-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranties. Not to honk our own horns, but the best new cars make the best used cars. Yours, Toyota.
To learn more about Toyota certified used vehicles, see your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at toyotacertified.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Tim Michaels' company has been sued numerous times for sexual assault and harassment. Women said they were groped and pressured to have sex with their bosses. Those who spoke out were fired. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as governor?
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, it's going to be another nice day generally to see the fall colors out there. A little bit lighter winds right now, still peaking up in northern Wisconsin. Central and southern Wisconsin probably are getting close too for the next week. We'll probably see the whole state peak or then past peak. So definitely a good day. The winds won't be as strong as today as they were yesterday. So we do have a cold front that's going to come through here, quickly showed the clouds that are going to go associated with it. And then a wind shift overall, that's what we're going to see. Other than that, tonight the winds will start to return back around to the south. We'll see that increase as we get closer to Monday. You can see the winds out to the west start to pull back up. They're going to pull warmer air and eventually some moisture. It'll take some time, but then you go Monday, Tuesday, they'll start increasing. So temperatures will start warming up ahead of this system that you'll just start see coming in the picture here. Once we get to Tuesday, we have some moisture that'll be pulled north Tuesday over Wisconsin, western Minnesota. That's where the front starts to come into the picture. We're talking about Tuesday afternoon. So that's what we're looking at for Tuesday with a lot of wind too. As we zoom in and look at the temperatures right to today, we'll see the clouds there. They'll vect through the area. So we'll see mostly cloudy skies this afternoon. Up to the mid-60s, there's going to be a wind shift from southwest to north, but it won't be as strong as we saw yesterday. Then overnight, we'll see temperatures drop back down, probably colder than we had this morning because the winds have changed direction. So back to the upper 30s to near 40 in many of the locations as you wake up tomorrow morning. Then we'll start seeing the winds begin to turn out in Iowa and Minnesota ahead of that system. So they'll start seeing the 70s tomorrow, and then that'll start working its way eastward as we get to Monday and Tuesday, where all areas will see the 70s. There's the front that's going to be coming through. This is about Tuesday. We'll see some showers overnight. There's the front coming through Wednesday, so that'll be another area of opportunity. And then we might get some wraparound moisture that gives you some showers Wednesday afternoon. So there's a good opportunity from Tuesday night to Wednesday night to get some widespread rain for many of the areas that especially do need as you get into Minnesota and in Iowa right now. Pattern change, we're going to warm up, but then we are going to go back to the cold air. After this system passes, we're going to see this cold air mass dig south from Canada basically for the end of the weekend, and we even might see another one come by the time we get to next weekend, which will drop us even below 50. So there you go. Temperatures, you look at climate in Madison, 71. Breezy, windy, definitely Tuesday, Wednesday. Front comes through, rain chances, cool off. Then maybe another cool off period next weekend. Same story for La Crosse. Mid-70s, quite windy Tuesday. Thunderstorms chances, then showers Wednesday. Cooling off, and once again repeating that to the next weekend too. So it's going to be nice for the start of the week. We're going to hit 70s again, but then yeah, we're going to have a change midweek, but we could use the rain.
Yeah, we could use the rain. You've been saying that all weekend, but I'm looking forward to these little warm up here.
Yeah, the 70s are going to get far and few between here as we get towards the end of October.
Enjoy it while it lasts, right? All right, Greg, thank you very much. Well, all week long, the question loomed, how would Wisconsin respond after losing Paul Chryst as head coach? Would the Badgers be able to rally and turn their season around? Well, safe to say, the Badgers went to Evanston ready to make a statement. Excluding their opening drive, the Badgers owned this game both on offense and defense. Graham Mertz was slinging the ball with ease through a career-high passing yards for the quarterback while matching a career-high in touchdowns with 5. Shamir Dyke hauling in 3 of those. He also had a career day, 10 catches for 185 yards and those 3 touchdowns. And of course, the defensive effort to keep the Wildcats scoreless until the 4th quarter, holding them to just 7 points. Plus, they forced 3 turnovers as well. Badgers finally bounce back and collect their first win at Ryan Field since 2016. Sports director Zach Hanley was there with more and Game 1 on the Jim Leonhard era.
Jim Leonhard's message to Wisconsin after such an emotional week was simple. It's still Paul Chryst's team, and we're all in this together. Safe to say the guys responded. The Badgers beat up the Wildcats for win number 1 in the Leonhard era, and the outcome itself, well, that was much needed.
Touchdown. I wouldn't call it relief. I'll call it like a sign of hope or like a light, you know, because at the moment, we weren't even coming close to playing like our best football. And now we put it out there a little bit, so it felt great. And I'm excited to find out what we could do.
It felt good. We know it was hard on him, and you know he had a lot to handle this week, and he did an amazing job of it. And obviously, you know, it was a lot different for us. But you know, we were able to respond, and I think that says a lot about our team.
Our team needed a win. I've said it all week, and kind of just boost your confidence back, get back in the win column. It felt amazing, and I'm sure Coach Leonhard felt amazing. Just everyone. It's funny. Winning solves a lot of problems.
We're going to have bigger ones ahead. We're going to have more challenges, but I gain a lot of confidence from the people around me and just seeing the look in their eyes and the confidence they have in me, and just trying to feed back off of that and give it back to them.
As far as any nerves heading into his first game as Wisconsin's head coach, not for Leonhard. As he put it, when I woke up this morning, it was a good feeling. At Ryan Field, Zach Hanley, News 3 Sports.
A big win for the Badgers this week. And if you've been following the NFL season, you know the league's concussion protocol is under heavy criticism right now, with players now calling for a change in protocol. The controversy started 2 weeks ago when Miami Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa took a hard hit on the field. But after halftime, he returned after passing a locker room concussion check. 4 days later, in the team's next game, he was diagnosed with a concussion after another hit. Current regulations require that if players exhibit gross motor instability, they have to stay out of the game if they've been removed from. But now a new protocol suggestion states that if for any reason a player can't get up from an injury, they can't return to the game. The Players Union reports it wants the new rule implemented immediately. All right, well, we are just about a half hour away from the Packers kickoff, and make sure you make News 3 Now part of your weekly routine by downloading the Channel 3000 app for the latest headlines and weather conditions 24/7. But when we get back, staying warm this winter, it's thanks to the generosity of a community. We're back after this.
Fall in love with a stylish and quality dining room set this fall, like my Montana Dining Collection. Get the table with 6 chairs, only $9.99, or table, 4 chairs, and storage bench, still only $9.99, with financing options to fit your budget.
Get Boss discount! There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
How do you use your energy? Inspiring a spark of creativity? Working hard to reach your goals? Thinking outside the box to bring your vision to life? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power, we're thinking about a brighter future. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
Hi, this is Lisa from 4Imprint. Yes. I'd like 50 welcome wows, 300 customer I love it, and 200 team member oh yes. Certainly. You know we got some brand new woohoos.
Dial up the wow factor with promotional products from 4Imprint. We specialize in awesome items that are certain to awe and guaranteed to deliver some ooh yes. From apparel, backpacks, drinkware to high-tech items.
Wow. I love it. Woohoo!
Go to 4imprint.com and find some wow now. 4Imprint, for certain.
Celebrate the fall by falling in love with a room of your dreams. You'll find complete dining sets starting at $5.99, sofas starting at $4.99, and even more savings on bedrooms, mattresses, and more, with many financing options available.
Get Boss discount!
Thank you for coming to, let me say it again, the Jennifer Hudson Show. We've got the very funny Joe McHale. Ain't nobody like her. Plus, Shangela from Dancing with the Stars.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
And then at 4, our film critic Will Loper has the weekend box office numbers and suggestions on what to watch.
It's a one-man cabaret show starring retired UW band director Mike Leckrone. He'll join us live.
On the next Live at 4.
Finally this morning, the fall chill is in the air and winter isn't far away, which is why this weekend's 34th annual Heat Up event was so important. Our Andrew Banstra visited the home of a World War II veteran, which will soon be much warmer thanks to the generosity of others.
The 34th annual Heats On free furnace checks for veterans, hosted by MSC and Steam Fitters Local 601, was in full swing today. One of their 60 stops was to Elmer Henderson's home, where 2 veterans turned contractors were servicing his furnace.
Above and beyond what I had hoped for, to have other veterans come around and take a look, see if you needed something.
Elmer was first a foot soldier and then a master sergeant, serving almost a year and a half in World War II.
Like I said, I was aboard ship on my way to Japan when the war ended. somebody said they dropped atomic bomb and wiped out the whole city. We couldn't believe it.
Thanks to today's service check, Heats On not only found a water leak in Elmer's basement, they also found a gas leak. After they fixed those up, they went to work.
First humidifier and a new air filter. This one should get them through winter.
Dan and Mike say they look forward to this day all year long.
It's not really about fixing the furnaces for me or keeping them running. It's more about the interactions with the veterans on a day like today.
Mike says he feels like he's continuing his service to the country by helping fellow veterans.
I don't know a better way with the skills that we learned through the union trades to give back to the veterans that helped preserve the freedom that gave us what we have now. This is it for us.
The American spirit, it lives on in the greater Madison area. And Elmer says it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
I think the spirit is still there. Sure. I don't think that'll ever die. I hope not.
In McFarland, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Now.
A great message there for all of us. All right, Greg, before we go, one more check of the weather.
It's actually still nice outside, like I said. Compared to yesterday, it is fairly nice. We're in the 40s for most locations, even almost approaching 50 in Madison because of those winds that were turned around to the west. La Crosse, we're going to see it getting up into the low to mid 60s. Once again, that winds will turn around to the north. We have that cold front that's coming through, but other than cloud cover, that's really about it. The same for Madison, too. There could be a sprinkle up to the north with the clouds increase this afternoon, but overall, you're just going to basically see clouds and a wind shift as we get up into the low to mid 60s, which is close to what we should be this time of year. The bottom line, it's going to get warmer tomorrow, 70s more likely, and even Tuesday, and the winds. The rain chances Tuesday through Thursday. The best shot Tuesday night and Wednesday. We drop back off into the 50s Thursday, and there could be even some colder air maybe by next weekend, too. And don't forget the app, too, if you guys, especially when we get the rain chances coming up to track that.
That's right. Good reminder there, Greg. Thank you for waking up with us. Go grab another cup of coffee. Packers on in 30 minutes. We'll see you next weekend.